searched for the power to grant me the wish I've wanted for so long, only to learn that I have the power inside me all along. Everybody has something deep within them, a wish that's wishing to break free. Just close your eyes and start to believe everything's a possibility. Just speak the words we're listening, and you'll have all you're envisioning. Everybody has something deep within them, a wish that's wishing to break free. Just close your eyes and start to believe everything's a possibility.
Last time on Wish Fulfillment. Now, you all know enough about what an astral dreadnought is to at least have an expectation of space. But you all know that in order to do what you need to do, you need to get inside of it and not kill it.
As its mouth is opening up and chomping, I want to throw my immovable rod up into its mouth and click it into place so that it can't chomp down.
You can all see each other clearly and hear each other clearly, but the further away you get, the more the world kind of turns to mist or watercolor, or it just gets fuzzy. And as you all appear, this voice speaks up again that none of you can see for the moment. And it says, more of you. No, you should all leave. You should all leave. You should all leave.
Everything is not fine.
You don't seem fine at all. Your friend was worried about you.
You should tell her, don't look into the void as deeply as I did. I got very, very curious, and now I'm here to help. Everything's gonna be fine. You have that weird shunting sensation that's almost like being teleported, but it's different. And it feels like that moment in a dream when the world of the dream changes and you're just conscious enough that it's a dream to realize that, like, hey, one moment I was here and the next moment I'm here, and there's no logical consistency. But everything just kind of warps and twists and then comes back together. And just at the top of it, you can see the white wooded sides of a gazebo.
I'm just going to lean over to Aster and be like, I'll bet you 20 gold that we're fighting a gazebo.
I don't want to fight the gazebo. As I said, I just want to sit down. So can we not?
I think that we have investigated this gazebo enough. Yes, please, Aster, take a seat and relax.
I just, you know, it's been a day. We were in a weird library, then we were in space, then we were in a mouth, which is kind of gross. But then, like, this just seems like a moment to maybe take and pause and reflect and maybe work on our next move.
Yeah, man, have a seat.
And then everything melts and gets fuzzy again, and you all feel that weird pulling sensation. Manamal, would you please roll a d12? If you happen to roll an 8, please roll again.
Oh, 1.
Okay.
So consistent.
I love it.
I rolled so bad. I've actually rolled well in this game, but I have a curse in our last campaign where I rolled so badly that one of our viewers donated to charity every time I rolled a nat 1. And we raised unfortunately and fortunately pretty good amount of money that way. So
Wow.
Well,
it tracks.
I will ask you after we're done if you think that this that you have rolled continues that trend or breaks it. So the world fades away and you have that weird pulling sensation. And this time you expect it just a little bit more, and you can almost feel like you're actually being pulled in two directions. Like there's someone trying to pull you right and another person trying to pull you left. But it's just kind of this weird sinking sensation in your gut. And then everything clears, and you're now in kind of the clearing of a wood at night. The trees are all around you, but there's a little clearing in front of you. You can hear the sound of all the regular night critters, the crickets, and some frogs out in the distance. You look up, and there are stars in the sky and a bright full moon off to one side, so you can clearly see, even without dark vision, everything around you. It's very comfortable. And in front of you in this clearing, you see a campsite. You see a fairly large fire burning merrily. You see bedrolls laid out. There's even a little stump has been set up that looks like it's got some snacks on it, dried jerky, stuff that you would have just going out into the woods and needing to camp. And no one is in sight.
I go find Withers and change my class.
Oh my god.
Well, this is interesting.
Oh,
no,
no.
we're not going to.
Oh no.
Is there with what like the camp supplies? Is there like water or a kettle there with their snacks like?
Yeah, you see off to a side. It's not currently set up over the fire, but you do see one of those metal A-frames that you can hang pots or a kettle from. And you do see like a pot and a kettle and kind of a bucket that looks like it's just freshly gathered water, like fresh, clean water, and everything you need to camp for the night.
Aster reaches into their pouch and pulls out the tea that they were given and says, "What do you think would happen if we had a dream within someone else's dream who also sort of communicates by dreams?"
Sounds exciting.
Also, do you think it's safe to camp here? Because I could really use a nap.
I think we all could.
Yes. I would really appreciate that.
Wait, what happened to you, man? We just got in the mouth and came in here. Well, you look a little beat up. Your armor's all dented.
This is what I get by trying to be nice to an astral dread mouth, whatever it is. And
I think it has more to do with you turning yourself into a steak.
Yeah, that
it might be
was
that.
very delicious invitation. I mean, it was a very polite invitation, but it was also a delicious one.
Okay. That's the last time I've ever tried to be in a steak, then. Next time it could be turkey. Or something vegan.
New spell, become tofu.
Well, or what if you did like a shot or something that you don't think you need to chew much? Like you just throw it back like an oyster. Make yourself smell like oyster. And then
Oh,
it's just,
like a
chewing
gummy
needed.
owlbear.
Ah. We'll workshop it is all I'm saying.
Okay. And just
Yeah, we could take a long rest. Manamal gives Aster 20 gold.
I love it.
Aster is
And some
confused
gorp,
doesn't
'cause he
remember
said
they
he
made
was
the bet,
hungry.
but yeah, right. Okay. Yeah. Yeah, I think as they're settling in, Aster takes some of the water and boils it and finds like some receptacles so that we can just share some tea together.
So a couple of things happen. You all enter this campsite. Aster starts to set up for the kettle and get the water boiling. You do see off to the side all of the camping supplies that you would need. So, cups and plates, all of the cooking accoutrement. Most of the food that's there is like dry rations and things. But if you wanted to, you could actually make a meal. There are 4 bedrolls. All of them seem clean and comfy. And Aster, just as you finish putting the tea kettle on the frame over the fire and reach back, you hear from the fire, "Oh, friends or not friends?"
That's a loaded question.
Friends, friends, friends.
Definitely friends.
Okay. Well then, welcome, friends, to my campsite. And you watch as the fire kind of moves a little bit, and it grows just a little bit, not enough to like full bonfire. And you think you see a face inside. And
Oh,
the fire says, "Friends are always welcome at my camp, but you will need to offer a story if you are going to stay. It is those that don't offer a story that I cannot abide."
we are so sorry for simply assuming that we could use that. We are so very sorry. And I think Aster looks around. I think we could definitely offer a story.
For each story that is given, a welcome bedroll will be offered. Do you all have stories to tell? It is so rare that folks come to my campsite and want to share stories.
I can't imagine what's better than sharing stories around a fire with friends.
Some want to take more than give, and thus they take before giving. And then I have to give them a reason to not stay here anymore.
Well, I'm Aster. This is Booeno. This is Chance. This is Manamal. We certainly appreciate your hospitality and would not want to impose.
Well, you are welcome, as long as you are friends. There is no imposition. Please, sit. Enjoy. Are you making tea?
I am.
Excellent. Make your tea. Tell me a story. And you watch as the fire kind of settles back in. You can still see the face on the inside, like an actual fire elemental, except it's just the size of a very cheery campfire. And it sits there burning merrily, waiting for you to tell a campfire story.
Who wants to go first?
Yeah, Brian doesn't know any campfire stories.
So I'll say, for the purposes of the role playing in this, if you'd like to actually tell a story, it doesn't have to technically be like a classic, I'm going to put the flashlight under my face and tell a campfire story. You get the sense that this elemental is just looking for entertainment, a story that they can pass along. And specifically, knowing the Moonstone Dragon that seems to be creating all of this stuff, they were very interested in stories. That's a lot of what their dreams to communicate with others were about. I'll also say, if you want to just describe the story you're telling, you don't necessarily have to sit here it's totally up to you how you want to role play out the story. But yes, the elemental will look at each of you expectantly to hear a story.
If you guys need time, I think I can come up with something.
Yeah, I could come up with
First.
something easy.
Please go. Yeah, I can do a general describing a story. I'm not going to take time and tell a story because it would just go on forever.
All right, Chance, what story would you like to tell the elemental?
Chance kind of settles in to the close to the fire, feeling its heat and looking up at the full moon. And well, I want to tell you one story about a little halfling. This halfling was riding on the back of a dragonborn with wings, a golden one, flying through the air as they found a kraken in a city. And this kraken was attacking. And the city was attacking. Everyone was attacking. The little halfling didn't know why. Why was everyone so angry? Why couldn't everyone just be friends? As she found her companions, they all huddled up against a cliff. On the cliffside, a far drop below them. They were trapped as the armies filed in to attack them and the Kraken coming in. They were surrounded on all sides in a matter of fact. And this little halfling made a wish. A wish that changed the lives of her companions forever. Now, consequences of wishes are very important. And she did weigh this a little bit, but in the moment, any consequence could be better than their destiny at that moment. And they all disappeared. No one knows what happened to them, as I investigated the scene after, knowing that it's my duty to follow wishes and find their consequences. But I never did, and I don't know what came of that little halfling and her companions. The end.
You hear the fire merrily burning away, and you hear the voice again say, a story with a to be continued. I like those stories very much. Thank you. And the warmth of the fire kind of increases Chance a little bit. Not uncomfortable, just enough to kind of feel that warmth seep in and settle you. And you feel refreshed. And you can get the benefits of a long rest.
Ooh.
Manamal will grab just a little bit of sand or dirt from the ground. He'll walk near the fire. Go, submitted for the approval of my friends. I'll throw the sand in. This is a story about one lone adventurer who sought to fight evil at every turn. And when you fight evil for so long, you find yourself enshrouded in darkness. But this adventurer found 3 other adventurers. Now, he would go on to adventure with many, many adventurers. But 3 specifically were beacons of light. And he found, when the opportunity arose, to adventure with them again. Twists, turns, and anything else in between. He knew that there would never be a group that he would fight and die if necessary for like these friends. And then they found a campfire and started telling stories at it. The end.
Campfire burns merrily. You all hear the crackling of the wood, and you hear the voice say, lights in the darkness, finding friends. What an excellent story. And that warmth seeps through you, and Manamal, you get the benefits of a long rest.
Aster, do you want to go first?
I will. Since this is your quest, or our quest is you, you are our quest, you should have the honor of going last. And Aster kind of settles in and tucks his legs under himself and thinks for a moment and begins to tell their own story. And it is a tale of Aster encountering fear and hatred, and in a moment deciding not to meet it in kind, to meet that hatred with kindness and consideration and compassion. And it doesn't even seem like maybe he's going to tell a short story, but he continues to tell encounters that he's had with different people and the way that he has helped them and touched them and kind of carried a piece of them along with him to the next adventure and the next adventure. And he recounts the times that he first met Manamal and Chance and Booeno, and how seeing that kindness reflected back in kind within this party of 4 adventurers gave him such enrichment. And over the time, he talks about how this odd sort of magic and maybe divinity, but not really sure, sprang from simple kindness and confidence in himself and others. But every encounter he tells is essentially continuing to build another piece of this story. And he finally makes it to the adventure that brought them here today, and he says, "And now we have come to you, and we have shared kindness, comfort, and companionship with you, and you have done the same. So I never take for granted anything I encounter, but I always try to make sure that I am doing for others and showing that in the world."
And the fire crackles merrily. You can smell that really good campfire smoke. Just enough to be comforting, not enough to be choking. And the voice says, "You bring me stories from so many kindnesses. It is my pleasure to offer that kindness in return." And the warmth spreads through you, and you can get the benefits of a long rest.
Well, how do I follow that? That was a. Just wipes a tear. Once every 42 billion 10 days, the realms collapse into each other. And the planes open up for everybody to step in. That's when, 4 adventurers stepped out of their realms and met each other. A druid who couldn't make faces of animals. There was an old lady who had many jobs. There was an automaton who could produce knives out of souls, a soul knife, if you will. And there was a sorcerer who controlled the lightning. They met together, and they faced many battles, including the biggest bad of them all. Some people, many, do not say their name, but some others call it schedule. Everybody fought together. They fought schedule, and it was an epic battle. At the end, they all met each other, they greeted each other, and they made a cake. They all started to eat the cake. And as the realms collapsed again, they all said farewell and went their different ways. The end.
And little bits of flame go up into the sky, becoming like fireflies, as the voice in the fire says, "Stories of found friends across space and time, that we are all looking for companionship, are always welcome." And through your armor into your incorporeal being, you feel that warmth, and you get the benefits of a long rest.
Yeah.
And you're
Hell
not
yeah.
sure how long you actually stay at this camp. In some ways, it feels like you're only here for like 10 minutes, very short. And in other ways, just because of how refreshed and focused and comfortable you feel, you think, did I just fall asleep? And have I slept for 8 hours and had a dream? Because everything just feels good. And the fire continues to crackle, and there's a moment where you're all enjoying Aster's tea, and the fire says, "Stories are how we pass our souls to each other, and it is my pleasure to have listened to your souls. Thank you." And as it continues to, sorry, go ahead.
Well, It was wonderful for us to share stories with you. My question is there any way you'd be willing to share a story with us? Perhaps a story of a dragon at odds with themselves.
Manamal, roll me a persuasion check with advantage.
Okay, I have an ability for this because I probably will fail, but I have an ability to try it again. So
Okay.
Well, first let's fail. Let's fail first, and then we'll see. Persuasion, you said?
Persuasion.
Your auras aren't going to help me none, huh?
Not on a check.
Okay, so a 9, but I
What?
have a draconic thing. If I fail a charisma check, I can use my reaction to re-roll it. Once this
Okay.
turns a failure into excess, I can't use it again until I finish a long rest. So let's try again.
Let's try again.
15?
Nice. I'm going to say for the purposes of this long rest, you don't actually use that ability. So you still have it available to you. As the fire continues to burn and shift, and you could swear for just a moment, the voice that comes out does not sound like this elemental that you are talking to, but it sounds like this dragon, this moonstone dragon that you are trying to find. And very quickly kind of morphs back into the flame as this dream fire says, "Oh, stories of despair, of a wonderful creature trying to learn stories, to seek out information and knowledge. But some places are not meant to be looked at. Some voids do not have souls to connect with. They only have darkness. And if you stare too long into that soulless place, it becomes a part of you. And not everyone is as successful to fight off that darkness. Some are consumed by it. Some want to spread it. And even if it is not their intent, even if they know this is not what they want, something pushes and drives. And it's sad. I am sorry to tell a sad story just as we are parting, but I thank you for listening to my story. I hope it helps in some way. And the fire continues to sway and burn. And it's as if everything kind of closes around you, like the aperture of a camera focusing in on that fire and that warmth until suddenly it's just gone.
Can I say something real quick before
Absolutely.
we actually leave the fire?
Absolutely.
Well, thank you for your time. Do you take fireball as payment or fireball? Sacred flame, maybe?
You don't hear a response as everything kind of closes in around you, but you feel like there's a moment of joy at this offer. And then I need someone to roll a d12.
Okay, I'll do it.
All right. Jans, let's hear it.
And go. A 3.
3. I'm so happy at the things you are rolling.
Oh, dear.
Everything closes in around, and it's dark, but not uncomfortable dark, for just a briefest of moment. And then it's suddenly bright as you are up in the clouds, falling. You're in the sky. You're falling. What do you do?
Who can't fly here? I can't remember.
I can fly.
I can make not flying okay.
A chance is gonna grab Aster and just spread their wings.
All right. Chance grabs Aster. Booeno, you just start to float.
I just stop in the middle of it.
Manimal, when you say you can make it not hurt, what do you do?
Well, for the duration of most of the fall, he's gonna do all kinds of really awesome looking acrobatic stuff. He's gonna throw out his immovable rod, click it into place, and basically just stunt and then let go and let it drop. And then so he's gonna already be slowing the fall as he's going down, with just wicked awesome stunts. And then we'll as monks do, gently land in his superhero pose.
You gently land on the ground in the superhero pose as the rest of your friends float, fly, glide on down. And as you reach the ground, almost immediately as soon as you do, the scenery changes and you're in a classroom. You're all seated at desks in the front row of a classroom, and there is an Azamar of some sort at the front of the class holding some chalk in front of a chalkboard and says, "Now, students, I know that you are all very prepared for our calculus test today, so please pull out your pencils, and I will give you about 5 minutes to complete this quiz." And suddenly there's a piece of paper in front of you with your name scribbled at the top, and it is a math quiz. What do you do?
I check to make sure that my costume is completely still on.
I was gonna say.
Yeah, I was gonna say that.
It's not that kind of nightmare. Your costume is still on.
I also check the name that's written down. Is it Manamal or my real name?
Which would you expect?
Oh.
What do I mean, real name?
I think it would be cool if it was my real name.
It's your real name.
Ah! I erase it and write Manamal. Ah!
How about the rest of you? Time is ticking. The teacher is standing there looking at all of you expectantly.
I try to answer whatever quiz is. I'm really bad at calculus. Okay.
Booeno, give me an intelligence saving throw.
You get +5.
You get +5.
14, 19.
19. You don't exactly know whether you've answered anything correct or incorrect, but the fact that you've actually answered all 10 of the questions on this quiz, the teacher seems very satisfied and takes it with a nod. How about the rest of you?
Help, I'm drowning in numbers.
Yeah, Aster's just staring at the questions, kind of confused. Does answer them to the best of their ability, but mostly spends time drawing like a really intricate flower wreath around the outside, the entire outer border of the thing. So yeah, there's answers to the questions, but it's really his artwork that he's much more concerned with, and then just kind of like, ta-da.
Give me a performance check with advantage.
13.
The teacher comes on over, and despite the fact that you seem to just answered everything with flowery art, takes the paper and nods at you, satisfied. Jance, Manamal, she looks at you expectantly.
I eat the test.
Wait, you what?
In a panic, I eat the test.
Make me a Constitution saving throw.
You get a +5.
Plus 15.
Oh my god.
26. Oh, I'm sorry. Plus 15. Yeah, I have a 26.
You eat it. It's delicious.
I'll absorb the information better if I digest it.
As you finish chewing on what should be just a piece of paper, it's actually pretty good. And teacher comes on over and looks at your desk empty and looks at you and nods satisfied. Jance?
Panicked.
Do I get this, like, what's the vibe of this teacher?
This is, you're having that nightmare. So this is a teacher from your past that you do not want to disappoint. So she is confident in you. There is kindness and confidence there, but each of you are seeing a mentor, a teacher, a respected elder who are expecting you to finish this pop quiz.
Okay. See, I think I'm gonna use like gonna cheat off of Booeno. just gonna, just gonna.
Give me a sleight of hand check with advantage.
Oh gosh.
Or a stealth check. I'll take a sleight of hand or a stealth check with advantage.
Oh great. I went ahead and did sleight of hand, so that's a 13.
Okay.
You
get
get
most-
aura from Aster?
Not
Oh,
for,
do I get an aura for myself? No, it's just a check.
it's
No,
a
it's
check.
just a
It's
check.
not a saving throw.
Is it possible for me to help to just like slide the sheet so they can see a little bit better?
Sure. I'll let you roll one more time because you already had advantage, but I'll let you roll one more time since you're getting a little bit of help from Booeno.
Okay. That wasn't any better. Can I keep the 13?
You can keep the 13. With a 13, you're able to get most of the answers. There's a couple that just you can't quite read out of the corner of your eye, and so you just take your best guess. Teacher comes on over to you, takes the test, nods at you, seems satisfied, and then all of a sudden you're all standing in a hallway, and you hear the roar of the most dangerous creature you have ever heard. And down the end of the hallway is the only exit.
I think we run.
We run.
Run.
Yeah, there's cartoon smoke clouds just like that.
You look back and each of you sees the most terrifying creature from your nightmare. You turn and run towards the door, and it's as if the door,
Oh,
the
no.
faster you go, is getting further and further away. What do?
Slow down. Maybe it'll get closer. Slow down.
You slow down?
I guess.
As you start to slow down, it stops getting further and further away from you. And as you kind of come to a stop, it starts to come towards you. You hear the beast behind you. The whatever noises this creature from your nightmares is making continues to advance. But the door is starting to get a little closer for you.
Run
You stay there?
backwards!
Run backwards. Run backwards.
You all continue to face the door and run backwards towards the sound of your worst nightmare. But the
No, we
door.
turned the other-
We turned
No,
away
we
from the door.
Turn away from
And
the
ran
door.
backwards.
Okay,
And
all
we're
right.
running backwards.
Yeah.
You are
Yes,
running
yeah.
backwards, turning away from the door, and then it's as if the door is just there. And you all walk through the door, and you are standing on what looks like a spelljammer, a ship out in wild space. And before you are a dozen clowns.
I hate
Face.
this.
Huh.
Space clowns, all standing there, smiling, looking ready to entertain you as clowns usually do.
Fireball.
Well, that's not very.
Go
friendly.
ahead and roll.
Oh, no.
Go ahead and roll your damage.
Oh dear.
Yes.
I'll make a save.
I
17.
can't believe
17 damage?
Yes, 17 fire damage.
Yeah, your instinct. Fireball. It goes off. As the fire settles, these clowns are just gone. And then there's kind of a moment. And then everything starts to dissolve again. And I need someone to roll me a d12.
Oh no, here we go. And Bueno just starts thinking, oh no, I didn't check if there's something on the back of the test. Oh no, oh no. That's a 9.
That is a 9. The things y'all have rolled.
Can't believe you just instantly fireballed the clowns.
I can
That was
100%.
both Bueno and Jorge destroying clowns. So
Was anyone else getting chased by that test we just took? That was terrifying.
Everything fades away again, and you all have a moment after all of these nightmares. And then it's as if you'd closed your eyes and you open them, and you're back in a grassy field. No knoll, no dread gazebo. The sky is bright blue and dotted with clouds. And behind you, about 20 feet away, is a massive Tarrasque, the size of a city, and it is crying.
Oh, this will not go.
Booeno, I think this is you. You're up.
Oh, wait, what do you mean?
You're the friendliest of us all.
Okay. All right. What is wrong, Tarrasque?
You watch as the massive toothy maw of this gargantuan beast, the T-Rex style of its arms, the spikes down the back, turn towards you, drops of tears falling from its eyes. One of them splashes next to you like you've just been thrown a bucket of water. It's that much of that salty tears. And it brings its face down, its muzzle bigger than you. The whole creature, it might be the size of that astral dreadnought, maybe even bigger. And it brings its muzzle close and it goes, I don't know where my teddy bear is. I need to find, I don't know. And it roars and you feel the ground shake below you and the birds scatter from the trees and you hear deer running in the distance.
Oh, we can help you. What does your teddy bear look like?
It's a bear. Looks like a bear, but it's a teddy. And it's not. I can hug it, and it's the only one that I know of. It's the only one that's ever been given to me.
Is it bigger than me? Is it
Yeah. Uh-huh. Mhm.
a lot bigger? Or
Is it really large?
And it holds up one of its massive clawed hands, big enough to fell buildings, and points to the side where there is a tree, a big weeping willow with very large, wide branches that almost touch the ground, kind of about 20 feet tall. And it goes, about like that, maybe smaller, yeah, brown, and with like really kind eyes, and the light brown, the belly, and it's soft, and
Okay.
I don't know where I put it, and I can't
Okay.
find it, and it starts to turn as it is crying, and its tail sweeps through the trees it was just talking about, knocking 12 of them over, tearing up the ground.
Does your teddy bear have a name?
Is it Clyde? His name is Clyde.
Clyde. Okay. We'll bring it back. In the meantime, in the meantime, here's 10,000 cookies for you. And just dump the endless bag of cookies all over, and just make a mountain of cookies. And we'll be back with Clyde.
What kind of cookies are they?
These are oatmeal and chocolate chip.
At first, you're not even sure if the Tarrasque notices the cookies, but as the mound gets bigger and bigger and bigger, as the endless cookies arrive, it finally turns and sees, and there's still that hiccuping of someone who is doing their best to not cry. They're doing their best to not cry, but they see the cookies, and there's a moment. Okay. Oh, and the muzzle comes down, and with one gulp, the entire pile of cookies are just. Some of the ground comes with it, and these are good. Thank you. Yeah, these are. Yeah. Mm-hmm. Oh,
I have more.
Oh.
I have more if you want, but
Yeah.
we'll be back with Clyde.
Okay. All right. And it holds out its hand as though you're going to just give it cookies.
Oh, okay. Another mountain.
And as long as you stay there offering it cookies, it will continue. And it's slowly going to start to calm down a little bit. There's still like those hiccuping, gasps as every once in a while it thinks for a moment about Clyde and where their teddy bear is gone, and then it shovels some cookies into its mouth, and then it kind of calms for a little bit, and the tears kind of stop, and it's still looking kind of depressed, but you see that the urge to use food in order to medicate a bad day is starting to work. Do the rest of you want to do something while Booeno is keeping this Tarrasque from rampaging?
Chance's first thought is that the teddy bear is underneath the Tarrasque.
Okay.
But Chance doesn't know what to do about that.
Oh, that's good though. Aster, having kind of figured out like that we're not really somewhere, but we are somewhere at the same time. And seeing that this is sort of a natural-ish area, even though there are now missing like copse of trees, wants to commune with nature.
Okay.
And commune with nature, but commune with also the nature of this place. Especially because the teddy bear is so large.
Yeah. Are you just reaching out with yourself or using a skill to do this?
It is a spell, Commune with Nature.
Oh,
and,
perfect.
You briefly become one with nature and gain knowledge of the surrounding territory within, it's limited to 300 feet, and you instantly gain knowledge of up to 3 facts of your choice about any of the following subjects as they relate to the area. The one that I'm really looking at is, well, 2 that I'm really looking at is 1, buildings, because large teddy, but more importantly, because the Tarrasque has played such an importance, is prevalent people, prevalent animals or people. So because the Tarrasque has placed such a strong emotional bond with Clyde, Aster is just for a moment trying to connect with the Tarrasque's emotion and the nature of this place to figure out if they can at least get a ping or maybe just know where it is.
Okay. How do you cast this spell? And then I'll give you some answers.
Oh,
what does it look like?
They, just like when they were making the tea, they kind of get to they go down and uncross legs. I don't know how you say it. My legs are very long. I can't cross my legs under me. It's very painful.
Oh, crisscross applesauce kind of thing?
Yes, that's it. Crisscross applesauce. And their body glows for a moment. And as they lock in, you can actually, Aster hovers above the ground, but you can sort of see like there is still this connection between Aster. It's kind of like a glowing beam of light between Aster and the ground. And from the top of their head down through their body, a pulse kind of goes into the ground and just goes whoosh around the area, reaches out, and then you kind of see that same energy rushing back into him, and he like lands, not cutely, back on the ground like, oh.
All right. That moment, the world rushes to you. And it's an interesting experience because, like you said, this place exists but also doesn't exist. Before, when you've communed with nature, it's almost as though you're hearing words to your questions. It's almost as though it's as if your mind is basically translating what the nature around you is expressing to you. But in this case, because of the literal nature of this place, your mind expands and kind of takes in all 300 feet. And for a moment, you are this dream. You can feel it's as if you have suddenly become lucid dreaming. Where do you want this teddy bear to be?
Oh. Aster opens their eyes and they are like dish salt. Like they're just like, whoa. And he slowly looks over to the mountain of cookies and waits. And it's like he's seeing the Tarrasque in slow motion, like coming down and hump the cookies and back up. And in the one motion, as the cookies vanish, it's almost like a magic trick. The Tarrasque's hand, from underneath it, the teddy bear just kind of appears.
And Chance, for a second, as what's going through your head is, think the teddy bear is kind of under this creature, but I have no idea how to get at the teddy bear. All of a sudden, that's what happens, is as if the Tarask is reaching for cookies, and there is the teddy bear. And it is the size of a weeping willow tree. It is huge. And it is a stuffed teddy bear. It is nothing more than just a gigantic, like what you get in a carnival, except 20 million size bigger. And as soon as he reaches up and sees what it is, and hugs the teddy and holds it close. And now the tears are tears of joy. And it looks at each of you and goes, thank you. Thank you so much. I feel so much better. Sometimes you just need a hug, right? Right? Like, you just need a hug, and there's not much that's big enough to give me a hug. And so this is so much better. Thank you. And Aster, as the world starts to melt away, as the now familiar feeling of you leaving this dream, with your last bits of connection in your semi-lucid state, you realize that moment that you've been having, that you all feel like you're being pulled in two different directions, like something is pulling you one way and something's pulling you another, that is literally the two parts of this dragon. There is the Moonstone Dragon and the Void Dragon are fighting over where to bring you to. And the Void Dragon has been trying to keep you in the nightmares. And the Moonstone Dragon has been trying to bring you close. And you have a moment here to go in one direction or the other. Which would you like to do?
It's it's very much like Neo once he realizes that he can see the Matrix, and Aster's kind of looking around, and Aster's will is to move towards where the Moonstone Dragon, like, to let them be taken in by that flow, but for just the briefest of moments, Aster resists to see if he can reverse what got them here in the first place. Like, can they just go back?
Interesting. So just so I know what you're trying to do, when you say back, are you trying to go where exactly you're trying to bring yourself to?
Where we first started, where we were encountering the Moonstone Dragon and its counterpart in the first place. So it is like we can go with the flow of the tide that the Moonstone Dragon is giving as opposed to the Void, but like almost trying to split the difference and get us out of this cycle.
I love it. I need each of you to roll a saving throw with your highest stat, whatever that stat is.
+5.
+5.
+5. Manamal, what stat did you use and what did you roll?
I used Constitution and I rolled a 5, so it turned into a 20.
Okay. Chance, what stat did you use and what did you roll?
Charisma.
Chance, not me. Never. I'm just hearing the wrong name.
Charisma, and I got a 36.
Okay. Booeno, what stat did you use and what did you roll?
I used intelligence and I rolled a 7.
How is that even possible?
I don't know, Lauren. I don't know.
Is this
That's
with
your
the +5?
highest
Oh, +5, 12.
Okay.
What do you get plus for your highest save?
Oh, it's a save, not
Yeah, your highest saving throw.
Yeah. So what's the highest stat you have, which I'm assuming is intelligence, but I could be wrong.
Still not there. It's 18 +5, so 23.
That makes a little more sense. Okay. And finally, Aster, what'd you roll and what'd you get?
I rolled charisma for a 27, so that'll make it 32.
Awesome. You all concentrate, feeling what Aster is doing, pulling you out of these nightmares, trying to bring you back to that initial place that you were able to speak to the dragon. And it works, though not the landscape isn't exactly the same.
I've searched for the power to grant me the wish I've wanted for so long, only to learn that I have the power inside me all along. Everybody has something deep within them, a wish that's wishing to break free. Just close your eyes and start to believe everything's a possibility.